have people on the first week to tell me where to sit. I think so.
Good evening, and welcome to the Shepherd of the Hills, adapted for stage by Hampton and Maryann. Pre-show music arrangements by Koretoff. Now before we take you on a journey down a trail everyone knows how old, we ask that you silence all non-Ozark technology. Meaning, if it doesn't require a horse to run, it can be quiet for the duration of this show. For the safety of our actors, slash photographers, and for witnesses, this show will record a pre-recorded gunfire during the second act. Your discretion is advised. If you find yourself tapping along to a particular tune moved by the story or inclined to laugh, please feel free to express so by laughing, cheering, or clapping when you see fit. If you enjoy our show today, please consider donating in the box at the back of the theater to Christian Arts Alive in Northwest Arkansas. We would not be here today without the Lord and your support. A little extra tidbit, you're attending Lights Up, traditional joke show. The story will be exactly as it was, but you may find a few elements that seem a little out of place. Finally, we wish to welcome you one more time to Harold Bell Wright's Ruthless story and NWA Lights Up spring musical, The Shepherd of the Hills.
The hills of the Ozarks have been the background of many a fine tale, many a tall tale too. Not that any of the storytellers would ever admit to stretching their truths, but when 7 of them insist that they were all in an event that was top secret, you better believe 5 of them have got to be in line. But you best believe this here tale is true as they come. I swear by all the trees in this here forest was in. Now I know y'all won't tell the shepherd that used to live in these here hills, but tonight I'm going to tell you all the story what happened all those years ago, back before all them youngins in the audience was ever thought of. Everyone, sit down in their chairs, pick up your sweet tea, or something a bit stronger. I won't judge you. And get yourselves ready for the Shepherd of the Hills. It were a right foggy day when a man from the city, Daniel Howitt was his name, done came up to these hills. He was a man who walked with pride, a pride that came from a lifetime of authority. When he wandered up into our hills, it wasn't long before he met up with one of us. Now being all right polite lad he is, the young mountaineer greeted him with a greet of highest respect one can give around here.
Howdy!
Howdy. I fear I'm quite lost.
Well, maybe I can help yous. That there is Dewey Ball, down yonder's Mud Holler, and up that ways is Compton Ridge. Where is yous trying to get to, mister?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I suppose I just need a place to sleep tonight. Do you live near here?
Nope, it's a smart right piece to where I live. This here's right today, and I've been over yonder up the mill on Fall Creek. The Matthews Mill it is. It'll be plumb dark by the time I get home. I knowed you was a stranger when I first caught sight of you. What might your name be, mister? My name's Holland. Jedediah Holland. Though most folks around these parts call me Jed.
Well, it's good to meet you. Tell me, is there a house nearby?
Why, sure. Old Matt Matthews lives just over that there hill.
And this Matthews, do you think he would entertain me for the night?
I don't know much about the entertaining, mister, but I reckon most anyone would take you in. Say, where's you from, mister? You sure ain't from around these parts.
I'll be on my way.
Must be from Kansas City or Chicago. I hear tell them's mighty big towns.
Safe travel. Goodbye.
Must be from New York. Sure.
I just don't know, Dad. Between the farm, the land, I just can't keep track of the sheep. Well, he ain't been much help to us neither.
I know. I was hoping that there fella in Bear Creek would be any help, but it ain't easy finding someone to mind the sheep in these parts. How many you reckon we've lost so far?
3 using the land. And daggone, why, big Indy Waver started going after the chickens, too. A couple of sheep and 4 rifles of snow, but the chickens. Bad night in the hen house, look at the crooks out of town.
I hear you. Like I was saying, tomorrow I'll go down to Bear Creek and I'll find us someone. But for now, we've got the evening chores to tend to. Grandma will have our hides and rugs and she's like another one of your dinners.
Well, howdy, Aunt Molly. Land sakes, if it ain't Sammy Lane. How you been, honey?
Oh, been all right. Come over to stay with you tonight, though. Dad's out of town. Again. Why, you know Mandy Ford.
Yes, ma'am.
She stayed with me last night, but had to get home to her folks this morning.
Well, it's about time you was coming round. I was just telling the men folk this morning that you ain't been here nigh on the whole week. Mr. Matthews, now he thought you might have taken sick.
Well, you can tell him I was never sick a minute in my life. Anyone ever heard tell? I am powerful hungry, though. You better put in another pan of that cornbread.
Seems you are always hungry. Well, just head back to the house, and whoever is closest will help you with your things. Once I'm done with this rug, I'll come fix you something to eat.
Well, thank you. Why, young nuts. I've been looking all over you, I have. Didn't you know Mandy was staying with me? Why, she's just been dying to see ya.
I'm mighty sorry. Why don't you tell me before? I reckon she'll get over soon enough, though.
Son,
Yes, sir.
is it all right, son?
It's all right, Dad.
All right. Well, we better get them chickens boarded up for the night.
Are you Mr. Matthews?
That I am, and who are you? We don't get many strangers around these parts.
Name is Howitt. Daniel Howitt. I was wondering, would you be so kind as to allow me to spend the night? I'm more than happy to pay.
You needn't worry about paying stranger. Just being a decent man to see to you got a place to stay. Especially on a night like this one.
I'm in your debt.
Ah, come on inside. I reckon supper's just about ready.
And that's how a feller called Daniel Howitt, the man who's used to Cotton Street and fancy houses, came to stay with old Matt Matthews in his cabin in the woods. Now, I ain't gonna say them two fellers became blood brothers right away, but they did have a certain way of fitting together, one might say. And after supper, while they was a-talking as if they'd known each other for years, that night, the stranger was invited to sit outside on the porch with the family to talk a bit more before turning in.
Now, Mr. Howitt, you're a man of learning, and I ain't got much education myself, but I had a wondering that I was a-hoping you might,
What in heaven's name is that?
Pete? Oh, Pete! Come here, Pete!
Who is this Pete? Isn't that a girl's voice?
No, that there's a boy by the name of Pete.
Poor Pete.
He wanders these woods. He ain't right in the head, but we all understand. Ain't nothing we can do but let him come and go as he pleases.
Is he dangerous?
Hey, nah, he wouldn't hurt a fly. He's still just a tad himself. He can't help it.
You was right though on him sounding like a girl though, mister. If you was to see him, you might think he was one of my kind too. But he's a bright and quick boy, he is.
He didn't come. I'd hoped he would, the night being so dark and misty like. I can't hardly bear the thought of him being out there, all alone.
Now, Sammy, you know there ain't nothing in these woods that would harm Pete.
I know, I wish there was something that could be done.
You need to turn and get some rest. We all should. It's very late. Come on.
You three head inside. I've got a couple things I'd like to ask the stranger. Now, Mr. Howitt, as I was saying, you're a man of learning, and I had a wondering that I was hoping you might help me with.
I'll do my best.
Do you believe in haunts?
Haunts?
You know, ghosts, spirits, them what left the land of the living and stayed around.
No, Mr. Matthews, I don't believe in such a thing.
I don't know, sir. I always say I don't believe, and I reckon I don't, but some things seem mighty weird.
Like what?
It don't much matter. I'll trust your beliefs on such things. Nothing we can do but talk about it anyway, and I reckon that time best be spent sleeping. And you seem to be in an awful state of tired from your trip.
You are right. The night is getting very cold.
Let's head inside. Oh, and one more thing, stranger. How long did you say you reckon to be in this neck of these here woods?
Well, don't really know. Guess I need to just find a place to stay and maybe find some work, and then I'll decide.
All right, let's head inside.
So, are you all alone? Where is your shipper? I see. Oh, these hills. The city men cannot even imagine. Why, we can't even see across the street. We have children that have never even seen a forest. There is such beauty here that we've been given, and we reject it for what? For what we call civilization? The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims the work of His hands. Lord, you truly are the greatest artist. We never even stop to look at your masterpiece. Oh Lord, my God. When I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displays. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how
Oh, Ray, come.
Hello, young lady? Are you all right? I can't see you. My apologies, young man. Howard? Howard, is it?
That ain't his name, mister. His name is Pete.
Pete? Poor Pete?
He's good, Manic, brother. Sure you like him too. Arr! Listen, Ray, listen. He's a good man. Sure is. The tree things like him too, brother. And the flag things. And little flag things told everything. And you see, mister, the sheep like him too.
Don't tell me. Why are the flower things and the tree things so happy?
They always dancing, they always laughing, 'cause you come, and I can see them in your eyes, sir. Yes, I know you're a friend for sure. The bright things, the prettiest things, the little bright things, they're all dancing. You ought to know, sir, how much they love you. Some friends sure love you. They saw you yesterday over on Dewey, and Pete, he heard the big hills and the woods singing when you talked. But Jen, he didn't hear. Jen, he don't hear nothing but himself. He can't. But Pete, he heard, and all Pete's people, and the little raven things come out and dance along the mountains. It seems so glad you come. Say, do you like Pete's people, mister? Do you like Pete's friends?
Indeed I do, and I would like to be your friend as well, if you'll let me. Say, what is your other name?
Not me, not me. Do you like Pete?
Are you not Pete?
No, I'm not Pete. Pete lives in here. I don't know who I am. I guess I'm just nobody. Nobody can have nothing, can you, mister?
Does Pete have a father?
Sure, mister. He doesn't bother. Everyone knows that. Look, he lives up in the White Hills. Sometimes he takes Pete up there with him. Of course, I go along, and we sail and sail and sail with big bird things. Pete says he'll take me away someday when the big star thing breaks. And I won't be a nobody no more.
Does Pete have a mother?
There's Pete's mother.
You mean she sleeps here?
No. She's always been talking that way. Don't you hear her? She wants somebody. Hear her calling. He'll sure come someday, mister. He sure will. Say, you know where he is?
Indeed I do not. Say, who are you?
Nothing, mister. Nobody can't mean nothing, can they? Pete lives in here. Ask Pete.
Well, hello there. And how's Pete today?
Oh, Pete is mighty glad, 'cause he's come.
Does Pete like him?
All Pete's people like him. Ask him to keep the sheep up on that. He won't be scared of the shadow things in the night.
Now, Pete never makes a mistake in his judgment of men, Mr. Howitt. He's different from us ordinary folks, but in some things he knows a heap more, I reckon. What I mean to say is, you said you was wanting to stay for a while, and since you was, we'd be right honored if you'd keep our sheep.
I would be honored to.
Well, thank you, sir. Like I was saying, I knew you was a good and honest man when I saw you. Well, with me taking up with you the way he has, I think I can tell you some things I don't much like to talk about. Some trails, Mr. Howitt, they're mighty painful to follow, but they need to be gone over. I had a daughter. She was the prettiest, smartest thing you ever did see. Her being the only girl, I reckon we babied her a bit, but there weren't nothing wrong with that. We didn't have no problems at all. Not until he came. He was a young man from the big city, come to paint these hills. And my Maggie, she took up with him like a fish to water. And they looked so natural together. He painted a lot, like he came to. And there was one of Maggie. She was standing by a spring, holding a cup of water like she was offering it to him. Looked real as life. It was her perfect likeness. I don't like to talk about this next part, huh? And all survive just one. My daughter's name was her eyes were bright and green. That awful boy who took her from me was a man from the big city. This porch she stared at the road, calling for him to return. But he never came back, and she went mad. She's gone, and he's to blame. old pine trees. Beneath them lies the graves, and I've buried 6 my children there, and all survive just one. He left one day. He didn't leave no note or nothing. We rode off into the woods, afraid trouble had found him. We searched and searched, but it was weeks later when my Maggie came to me and said,
Ain't no trouble found him, Daddy. He left all trouble with us.
What do you mean?
"Pete's their boy, Mr. Howitt." My Maggie, she waited for him. She waited as long as she could. She died the day Pete was born. I reckon that's why he is the way he is now. She marked him before she died. Then that letter came. She was almost like her old happy self again. Then I heard that scream and that loud, awful laughter. She went running and crying, screaming through the house, mad. Later I found that letter and I read it. And he went on and on about how he loved her. He would only ever love her. But his father, his proud father, oh, he had big plans for his boy. And he forbidden him from ever coming back. And I tell you, Mr. Howitt, many's the time I have prayed all night that I could meet that man just one more time. Or that proud father of his, and I'd gladly go to hell and back, sir, my condolences. I'm sorry, like I said, I don't like to talk about these things. None brings about a mighty powerful pain in my chest. I'm sorry about losing my civility, sir.
Dad, I can use some help.
I'm a coming, son. Thank you for letting me talk about such things. I reckon it's done me a heap of good.
My boy. To do such a thing as that. And Howard, I would live to be glad to see that you're dead. And that picture, his masterpiece, the one he couldn't make it without, the one that made him famous, and the one we couldn't find. Oh, I see it all now. I see it all. Lord, Lord, I know that you brought me here for a reason. And I will not run from your plan. I know I can never change or undo any of the evil that's been done. But perhaps, oh, Pete is my blood, my grandson, and he doesn't know it. And he must not know it. And Howard dies here with whatever is left of the old life. It's the only way. He must. Oh, if I had only known then what I know now.
And this is how it came about. That the stranger, the man with a scholar's face and poet's words, followed the trail down into the valley where the gloomy shadows lie. There, to live at the ranch near the cabin, the shepherd of Mountain Hollow. At first, the mountaineers were skeptical. He was so different from what they knew. But when he had changed his dress for the garb of the hillsmen, and meeting them with their own ways and tones, the people dropped the distinguishing title, Mister, for the more endearing one of the backwoods, Dad. And the shepherd accepted the title with a pleased smile, seeming to find it an honor to be received not lightly. Despite this change, they knew no more of his history than the hints he had given Mr. Matthews that first night. But where he came from didn't matter much. Everyone agreed that Pete said it best when he stated that
God lives Dad had Mutton Hollow.
Meanwhile, Sammy became especially attached to the shepherd and would often go to him for help and just hear his thoughts.
Dad?
Sammy, good to see you. What can I do for you?
Well, I was just wondering, you being from there and all, and well, I reckon about everyone around here knows now I'm gonna be married to Ollie Stewart when he comes home, and well, I want to learn to be more prepared to be among the city folk.
What would you like to learn?
Well, how to talk and walk. Well, what to expect from a good husband.
I think I could help with that. What to expect from a good husband. Come and look in this book with me.
Matt, what has eaten you up? You ain't smiled nearly all day.
Well, Ma, suppose you knew something, and you really liked her,
Supposing I did.
and you really wanted to tell her that you liked her, but it ain't the best choice you had, and she ain't never gonna accept you.
Well, how do you know she ain't?
She said to marry someone else.
Ah,
Suppose I can't eat or sleep or focus on work. I at least talk to her and tell her. If she says no, I talk to her at least.
think of it.
So you've come to love her as your own, but your paths take two different trails.
And the fear you feel that it's so real, so real. If he loves you, you will not fail.
And you take her arm and you'll shield her from harm.
He'll love you more than you know, and the joy you'll share through all life's days will keep love in your home. And ever love you, though others they may come a-calling.
And you'll tell her how you've loved her so long now.
crops are planted and harvest needs brought in. The gardens preserved and the corn milled. For the farming man, there ain't much time for chatting when summer's at its peak. But as fall approaches, there comes parties and the habitual meeting of old friends. Now, while city men meet in a club or fancy eating place, the mountaineers meet at the mill. The mill is the new center, the hub of the industrial wheel, and the heart of social life. The rule of the mill is first come, first served, so while waiting, the others play games, talk, or have running, jumping, or shooting contests.
Buck, young Matt, Joe.
Jed, young Matt, and Buck.
Joe, young Matt, Jed, good to see you here.
I've been meaning to tell y'all about some happenings last month.
What do you mean, Jed?
Well, you know how Ollie Stewart's been gone a right long time, getting his education so he can take over his uncle's business.
Jed ain't a soul within 30 miles. Doesn't know that.
And you're aware that he's fixed to be married to that Sammy Lane, and he's coming for her once he graduates.
Jed ain't a soul within 50 miles. Doesn't know that one.
And I reckon you're both aware that he's been writing letters to various folk down here and making plans on coming and such.
Jed, get to the point.
He's coming to the party tonight.
What?
He's coming to the party tonight. You know, the one at Mandy Ward's place?
Who's coming to the party?
Ollie Stewart.
Who?
Ollie Stewart. You know, Sammy Lane's betrothed. And he's been writing in his letters about going to the circus and seeing a man with another man high above his head. A man as big as Bugbear, I reckon.
That ain't nothing. You want to know what I saw Wash Gibbs do last month?
What'd he do?
So we was going down on the road a few weeks back, then we came across a crew that got their train engine stuck in the mud. They came up, they was trying to get it out with a pole. We came up Wash, he says, you don't need no pole. And the captain of the crew, he says, what do you know about engines, you hillbilly? And Wash, he says, I don't know much about engines, but I know you can just get that out of there by grabbing hold and lifting. And they all laughed at him. But he went right over there and did it. Picked it right up out of the mud, put it down on the road and said, see, it ain't planted there, on your way.
Nah, no he didn't.
Saw it with my own 2 eyes, I did.
Well, nothing young Matt there can't do just the same. Ain't that right, young Matt?
It was an impressive feat. I can't start the competition to me and Walter.
Well, hello, Buck. Hello, Joe and Jed. It's been almost 3 months since I last saw all of you.
Closer to 4. Howdy, Sammy. Say, where'd you learn to talk like that? You sound like a right smart lady from the city.
Oh, Dad Howitt, the shepherd. He's been giving me some lessons in manners and speaking. I do believe they'll be quite useful.
I'll say, once you go and get hitched to Ollie Stewart, you'll both be so high and dandy, we won't recognize the way you look.
Oh, Buck, I'm sure you'll always know me.
I bet I won't.
Bet! Well, that's just the thing.
Now what are you going on about?
Don't you have a new meal cult? Same as I do.
Right, smart I do. Handsomest colt this side of the hills. Why?
I bet my meal cult against yours that young Mac can't lift that there engine.
It's a bet. Hey, young Matt!
But I done told you once, and why is that?
How are you today?
I'm right fast.
Oh, young Matt, you got something important to say.
Yeah, we's got a bet going, and you're gonna help us settle it.
What kind of bet?
Well, say.
Well, you see, it's kind of this way. Buck done bet me her new mill colt against mine. You can't lift that there engine, and we want you to settle the bet.
That's how it is. Now, I'm backing you. Don't want you to hurt yourself for me or none, but I do need that mule colt of Jen. It's a death match for mine.
Well, since you're backing me, I'll get you that mule if I can.
Wait!
business. But you want it fair and square.
Ain't no two ways about it. There won't be a man in the hills, not even old Ollie Stewart, will have a pair of mules both as fine as mine.
Ollie Stewart ain't gonna be coming on no pair of mules. He'll be coming in one of those horseless carriages they have in the city. Now, seeing as my stuff's done, I got places to be. See y'all at the party tonight.
Ollie's coming tonight? Did you hear?
Oh, I heard all right. Heard plenty.
Well, he wrote a letter to me, and he had a very fascinating idea.
Oh, what's that?
He's offered you a job in one of the shops in the city.
He did what?
He wants you to come work for him in the city, Matt. I really think you should consider it.
Well, if you want me to, I think on it, but no promises.
Will you be at the party tonight?
I will. And yes,
Well, of course. I best be going.
Sammy, there's something I mean to tell you.
Yes, Matt?
Well, never mind. I can see it now.
See you this evening.
Dang it, city boy. Thinking I'd ever work for him. Of course, he'd come down, sees I was doing my job, and stand it. And if I could watch Sammy walk in his arm every day. Hang down your head and Matthew. Hang down your head and smile. Hang down your head and Matthew. She'll never be your wife. Never in these mountains. Here she took my heart. Never in these mountains. She was set apart. Mary, you love that Matthew. Mary, you love tonight. Mary, you love that Matthew. You'll never be your bride. By this time tomorrow, reckon where we'll be. Had it been for that city boy, you might have been with me. Bury your envy at Matthew. Bury your envy below. What could you have given her? Not much as can I know. Bury your envy at Matthew. Hang down your head and sigh. Hang down your head at Matthew. She'll never be your wife. Your head and Matthew. Hang down your head and smile. Hang down your head and Matthew. She'll never be your bride.
Poor Nat, poor Nat. Is that hurt? Does it hurt, Nat? It'll be better by and by. Pete doesn't know what's hurting, but it'll sure go over after a while. Ain't nothing will go over after a while, 'cause God, he says so.
Why would you feeling this way? Proof that low-down stink liver's dead!
Don't curse, lad. It's not like you. Help your troubles that way.
I know it, Dad. I ain't mean no disrespect to God Almighty. Just gotta say something. Stupid, yellow belly.
Look your trouble in the face. Don't let it make you stoop to this level.
Look in the face. Ain't I doing that every day? You don't know nothing about it, Dad. If you knew, well, you cuss too. I keep holding it till I'm wild. Something like that let her have tonight. I go on the range and buzz. I get scared of myself sometimes, Dad. I do, honest.
You know, I'm glad you told me that. means more to me than you can know. You see, I had a boy once. He was like you. He would have come to me to talk like this if he had lived.
Hey, it ain't too much trouble. You said he was like me. Could you tell me more?
Oh, my lost child, the hills above, from field to field, and down the mountainside. The summer's gone, and all the flowers are dying. And it was you who left your family side. And though you're lost, but never are lost. For I have come and found a peace so true. So I will speak. My son, I wish that's enough of that talking for now.
I'll be glad to go. I got asked to tell.
He wants to come too.
All right. Well, if it ain't Joe, it's about time you showed up.
Yeah, you. You forgot so hard that you missed the story of how I stole that Branson guy's pants.
Sammy Lane came by.
My Sammy?
I've been expecting.
Yeah, Jim Lane's girl. The one Ollie Stewart's getting hitched to.
I could snap that stupid boy like a twig. Ain't gonna be no issue getting away from my gal.
Now, Wash, you know I got no reason to go and get you, but there's plenty of fine gals in these here hills. Like so far that let it go to Hampton City.
Well, the best man in these hills out of his saddle, the best woman, I reckon. Besides, her dad has been with us baldknobbers for many a year. Ain't no reason to object.
I reckon not. But even if you was to see her now, you wouldn't even think she's from these here hills. She all talking all got a shepherd in her.
I don't much care for that shepherd. He's a stranger. Some strange okay. That he ain't much more than a spy, I reckon.
A spy? Ain't got no proof of that.
Ain't got no proof it ain't true.
Hey, what? Funny. If he does, I'll be one of them government man, which then maybe we should be able to cast it low for a while. Yeah? I mean, you don't look mad, that smiles me. We can get them to hear me out. Hear me out. Jobs for the time being, all right? I mean, no guy can let 16 tons of coal a day of your time.
Mine, you were towing the line of calling me a coward, Amos. Well, let me tell you about loading those 16 tons. Some people say a man is made out of mud. Ozark man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. You got a mind that's a weekend. A back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and a deeper in that towel. Having don't you count me, 'cause I can't go. You load your soul to the company store. when the sun and it shines. I knew from the minute that these hills were mine, I'd demand respect for both the young and the old. My very name makes the preacher say, well, bless my soul. You look 16 times, why do you get another day older and a deeper in that time? And don't you come me, 'cause I can't go. Blow your soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside.
A lot of men did it.
A lot of men died.
Mr. Myers, you're
If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 times, what you get? Another day older and deeper in that town. Don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. You'll blow your soul to the company store. Easiest fix I see, get rid of the shepherd.
Now, easy enough.
Alright, not until after party night. I'm gonna have me some fun before I gotta take care of business. Come on, find us here back at Joe's place.
And then Dad Howitt talked all about his son.
Son.
Yep, Dad Howitt, you know what? He said you should meet Dad Howitt.
No, no. No, Pete, I mustn't. They must not know that I'm here. No one must know. It's complicated, Pete, but they mustn't.
Oh, Pete's sorry. I didn't know there was hurt people here.
Hurt. That is certainly a word for it, my boy. What else did that house say?
Not much. But he went to go visit Pete's mother behind that tree Peter looking to behind.
Oh, did he now?
He knows Pete's mother is there. He talks about families and stuff and all the great things that family is.
Family is great, Pete. One of the greatest things a man could ever have.
Father,
Yes, Pete.
he asks, why ain't we got no family?
You do have family, Pete. You do.
Oh, what are they like?
Oh. Well, Pete's got his grandfather's smile. And his grandfather likes to take care of sheep, like Pete likes to.
And what about you? He wants to know about you.
Well, there's not much to talk about me.
That ain't true. Pete knows. Pete wants to know about you.
Perhaps another time.
Oh. The flower things are talking
What are they saying?
that there's mighty much hurt blood. Dad Howard's known it. You've known it. Young Matt isn't knowing it now. But as long as there are flower things, it can't only be her. Can't be.
Pete is right. You know, Pete reminds me of a man I once knew. He was a wise man. Much wiser than I shall ever be.
Hey, where'd you get off to?
Go on now, Pete. We'll meet at our respective spots. Father, if you are truly here, forgive me. I can't face you right now. If you find me, now all the flowers are dying.
And in my grave I'll finally be set free. And you will come and say that you had loved me. And sorry, Father, I'm not good a man. Stay.
and we can't just go around robbing down all day, all right? In the circle.
Yeah.
$4. All right. Now, I think we're gonna have ourselves a robin of the Maryann Bank.
Actually, Wash. Robin, hey, Branson Bank could take a lot more. I hear you now, right on the bank.
You know, now that I think about it, that Branson Bank is pretty big. Maybe we might need some more members of the gang.
Now, who just put you two in charge? I'm the leader here. I'll say when we need more people. All right, I got it. We need more people.
Well, how are we going to do that exactly? Not nobody just gets to go and join the baldknobber gang like that.
We're gonna interview them, baldknobber style.
Huh?
You and you go down to that there audience and you pick us some people to interview for being baldknobber, of course. here. Gun. All right, now come over here, closer to the middle of the audience. All right, now show me you know how to hold a gun.
No. What are you doing? It's more like this. See, what you're gonna do now is gonna just right here.
Oh, my leg.
You know, whiskey will make everything better. All right, just pour some whiskey on. All right. The first rule of baldknobbers, you don't need feet. Feet are not important. All right. Next thing here, I'm gonna need your help with this. Is sneaking. You gotta know how to sneak if you're gonna go robbing a bank. All right. So let me, hey, I'm gonna show them out. You know, show them out. All right, now sneak. I think we really have the boldest knobber over here. I think he's robbed banks before. Alright, now the last thing that we's got to do here, we got to see you dance. That's just how it goes. You got to do it. So let's see you dance.
Do this. I think they did pass all the tests. Now your job here today is to go back into that there audience and watch out. Keep guard for us. So just go back to your seats and keep guard for us while we're robbing the bank. All right. Now let's go back over to Joe's place. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure you're all right know about, there's a party tonight at Mandy Ford's house. Mandy, being Sammy's friend, had invited her over to help set up for the event.
Shucks, Sammy, ain't you excited? Ollie Stewart's coming back, and he'll sure be looking fine. I reckon there ain't a gal in these hills as lucky as you. You know what? I bet Ollie has those houses with carpet floors. Those floors are awful hard to keep clean.
Well, Mandy, there is far more to life than simply money and carpet.
Like what?
Well, like love. Mandy, what do you think love is anyway?
Well, I reckon you should know. You've known Ollie this whole time.
Well, yes, I suppose I should know very well, but humor me, Mandy. What do you believe it to be?
Well, it's going to live with someone and letting them take care of your social folks. And it's cooking and mending for them and taking care of the little ones. Of course, you don't mind none of the work so much because you love them more than anyone else in the whole world. I can tell in his letters that he has. And it changed all that, but besides, it's all fixed up for you. You know, I wish my hair was as shiny as yours. Then I could buy you a mansion. Manatee Ford. It's true.
He's coming. There's no time to wait. All my future is standing before me. Can homesickness end in this way? I am scared, but that's how it should be. Who will walk with me? Who will talk with me? Will I make it in the big city? I know all is there, and yet still I'm scared. That's what love is, isn't it? Dad taught me so carefully how to be assured of lady. Now with God in my heart, we won't be far apart. 'Cause only love, God just like me. Does He love kindly? Is He patient with me? Does He envy, boast, or persevere? When danger comes, will He protect me at once? He loves most ardently, but in hollow it's time for me to say goodbye. That's what love is, isn't it?
Mammy, I need your help.
Oh, Mandy, I'm coming.
All right, let's have this music.
Music? You think music can make us feel any better?
Yeah, ever since the baldknobbers robbed the bank, we would have had something to celebrate.
Oh, what I do if I could get my hands on one of them?
What would I do with an old baldknobber?
What would I do, old baldknobber?
What would you do with an old baldknobber?
What would you do with an old baldknobber? What would you do with an old baldknobber down in Ozark country?
Way down in Ozark country.
Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country.
Skaters double with a bus. Razor skaters double with a bus. Razor skaters double with a bus. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark
Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country. Put him in the middle until he's sober. Put him in the middle until he's sober. Put him in the middle until he's sober. Down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. Down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. Down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Way down in Ozark country. Down in Ozark country. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. That's what you do with an old baldknobber. Down in Ozark country.
Now that we got our rights in the system, it's time for some real dancing. You find yourself a partner for dancing! Now, you all know your court. Right, you see the place is mine, and it'll go right through there. Everyone to their station.
Hello, Dad. How are you this evening?
Why, Sammy, aren't you a lovely thing to see?
Thank you, Dad.
Tell me, do you know when young Stewart may be visiting?
I'm not too sure, but it shouldn't be too long now.
Places, places!
As I go down the Ozark country at the hour of closing time, climb in a mountain, misty rock, streets of fire, just walking in the sky, over a fire of light, on the light, light, got some street houses.
Back for the two riding, riding, back for the two riding, riding, back for the two riding, riding, back for the two riding, riding. Ozark country when the sun was humming bright. There's time in the mountains, dragging chalk and wood in the broad daylight. There's no distance, there's too busy, there's a distant tree. All the lights I can see, it's so fast.
Down before their country as the sun began to set. There's by the mountain and see through us catching my line head. Saw me, that's clearly no telephone of it. It's not my life I know. Yeah, so sweet, yeah, that's boy.
should have like eaten blood. Ollie? It must be here. Oh my goodness.
It's gotta be all.
Ollie! You've changed.
And you're just as I remember you.
Am I truly? It's been quite a long time since you last visited.
Once again, you speak so well. Who has taught you?
Dad Howitt.
Ah, yes. The shepherd you spoke to before you left since I heard.
Ollie, it's been a long time. I'd shake your hand, but I figured I'd get it on that. This here's cleaner. You worried about that?
Ah, young man. Just as I remember you. Sam, if you'll come with me, I'm sure you'll agree we have much to discuss.
Here's mine.
Now, Sam, let me fully look at you. Yes, so beautiful. You learn, and you have learned to speak just as well as you write. This is wonderful.
Oh! No, Ollie, you must not.
What? Has anyone a better right? I've waited a long while for this, and I mean to make up now for lost time.
No, Ollie, you must not.
Why? How strong you are.
Don't you see everything is different now? Just learn to know each other all over again.
But you're my promised wife.
Yes, but oh, so much has changed.
So much? Like what? Is there someone else?
No, it was just Ollie, I need some time to think.
Think then. I'll come call at your house tomorrow after the party. We can talk then.
Ollie,
Get to know one another as if I haven't noticed that they're children. Silly. She just must not recognize me. I do admit different now. I'll just have to prove it to her silly little female mind that I, in fact, the same inside as I've always been. Yes, should be easy enough.
Well, howdy, y'all. I'm seeing you with an eye of the moon.
Now you leave me alone, office. I've never heard you.
You hear that? They married a bit, ladies and gentlemen. But good heavens, look at him. Hand it out. Now you and me's gonna play over. Let's see you dance. My friend over there, I want you to make a bow to him.
Indeed, I will not.
Well, howdy, Mr. City Man. Mighty proud to meet you. Mighty proud to be back.
And there's your honey now. Look at him, Sammy. Ain't your karate, old man. You leave him alone down here, right? Come on!
Wash Gibbs! I ain't going to interfere between a man and a man.
Hurry, need a Washington. And it won't be water, you need it. Don't you know what happens to men who cross my trail?
Oh, shucks, get in your wagon and drive off. You ain't no grow up now. You'll fall creek. Around here, you ain't no bigger than anybody
You're
else.
walking a fine line, Matt.
I reckon I have been for years now. Make a lick at you for that step over tonight or tomorrow. Roll now, or there's big trouble.
You're so big to cause me trouble.
You're big enough to cause us all trouble.
Ah!
I ain't got no cause to kill you. Again, don't be coming back around here.
I think you best do as you're told, Wash Gibbs.
So, stick with me as I thought you would. Mark my word, Shepherd, man, enemy. And I don't treat my enemies any better than I treat a wildcat who's causing problems.
All right, everyone. Let's go back inside.
Tammy,
Yes, Sully?
you don't blame me, do you? For not finding that big brute? Like, he just came out of nowhere, and there was no way I could do anything about it. You don't truly blame me.
Oh, Ollie, of course I don't blame you. There wasn't anything you could do. Not anything at all.
Also, not calling you tomorrow, yes? We'll figure this out then.
I'll be watching. Oh, Ollie.
We gotta get the rest of the billing done tomorrow.
No, not till the shepherd has his look at you. Don't argue me, Matt. I know you're strong and you might not need it, but it makes me feel a heap a lot better. Just let him look at
I
you.
ain't gonna argue, Paul. I think do this town a heap of good if we only had a doctor. Who's that?
Well, that's Jed. I found this fella on the road. He's a doctor from the east.
Oh, do go slower. This travel's being quite a burden on my legs. Oh, it's Sarah and the girls think. What a specimen, bless my soul. What a specimen. What are the boys reading?
That there's young Matt, the one I told you about. The strongest man in the hills he is. I did tell you about him, Doc.
Doc, he calls me. What would Sarah and the girls say? Well, according to my companion, I'm not far away from the sheep ranch that's looked after by a Mr. Howitt, Daniel Howitt. He's a fine man, born to be a shepherd, born to be.
No. Ain't a soul around here who don't know. You a friend of his?
Yeah,
We're talking about Dad.
yeah, Dad Howitt? Doc and Dad. What would Sarah and the girls say? No, I'm David. Daniel and David lay on the same blanket when they were babies. Played in the same alleyway, same school, same classes, college, even next door neighbors. Know him, but you never mentioned me?
His dad don't mention much about where he's from, and we don't really ask. But he's just inside this house now. I can fetch him out for you if you like.
Oh, that'd be very kind, sir. Very kind indeed. My name is Callan, Dr. David Callan of Chicago, practicing physician for 40 years. Your name, sir?
Grant Matthews. Oh, boy. We're mighty glad to meet any friend of Dad's, I can tell you. Even talks sometimes when Parson Bigelow can't make it. Talks as good as a regular parson, he does.
Parson? Daniel Howitt talks as good as a parson? Why, Daniel Howitt is the best preacher in the United States. What? He's even my pastor. Biggest church and the greatest crowds in the city. What would Sarah and the girls say?
I'm gonna go fetch him out now. Whole life and speaker problem.
David.
Daniel! Finally caught up to you. Should have always known I would.
How did you get here?
Well, wagon, hack, railroad, and a lot of walking. I was visiting with my old friends, the Stewarts, last week, and their boy Ollie, he set me right. I didn't tell anyone though. Reporters would have gone crazy. I didn't tell Matthews there either. Like, why are you here, Daniel? What does it mean?
You look past exhausted.
I am. Though, I expect you to look it. You really do look 10 years younger. When I told you to get away from everything, that's not what I meant. What would Sarah and the girls say?
I'll see you to Matt's place. My place is far too small for guests. Matt, will you see that you can settle in with your family tonight?
Would be my plumb pleasure, Dad. You sure don't want to walk him home, though?
He'll go to the town with that. Of course, I'll go along.
You see, I'm plenty safe with people. Come along, we got a long way more.
That shepherd's interfered for the last time. I say we make a lesson out of him.
Like we did with old man Lewis.
Yeah, well, how's that? It ain't fun around here.
I don't think Jim Lane will like it if we mess with that shepherd.
Jim Lane won't know until it's long gone. Alright, now hand me that rope and that jug of whiskey. So I'm in a few hours, we gotta be long gone by then.
Okay, Doc, pass this up that hill. Sammy, you get your paw. He's the only one they'll talk to now.
Matt!
Go, Sammy, go! Dang, got a shotgun coming to me. We ain't got much time. They'll be here any minute now. It'll be a while before Sammy get home to her paw. Wash Gibbs is on his way, and he ain't in a very good mood.
You must be mistaken. He has no reason to harm me.
I beg your pardon, Dad, but you don't know. Not being raised in these woods like me, they ain't got no reason. They're drunk. You ain't never seen Wash Gibbs drunk. Now, what you said about the fight, what I heard lately, I can guess. I know what they'll do when they get here. It's gonna stop. See, we ain't got much time. It's all the horse at the time of the crowd dance. I've taken a drink of whiskey. Takes a lot of drink to help 10 men jump one man. No offense. And a stranger in the woods. Now watch the center two around back against the velvet brush. Shh! Here come a few more trap left over. That brings me.
Who's there?
Young master in a powerful man. They want you to come up to the house and doctor.
Oh, I'm thinking there's gonna be heaps of for a moment. Don't, Dad. You'll make all the time we can so Jim get it.
I didn't recognize your voice. Tell me who you are.
Well, why don't you just open the door and see?
Oh yeah. What's your game and then bring them out, you fellers.
Hey, boys, it's young Matt himself.
Yeah, it's me, Bear Simpson. I'm sure Ellen and I need somebody to go for Dr. Powerful Man.
We didn't know it was you.
I reckon you didn't. No, I reckon not. Y'all play to find no man, no fence. Loan this house, treat him like you done brothers. Fine like you are. 10 to 1, him not knowing the woods. What?
Good. Now I wasn't planning to get even with Matt here so soon. Looks like tonight is my lucky night. Now this two-dad bird wants pony work at this ranch. You come here, mister. We in Sly will just give a warning that we don't want no more strangers around this neighborhood, and we don't aim to have them neither. We in Sly will just take care of ourselves without any help from the dad bird government. Now bring that rope and we'll finish the job.
Sure is run!
Hard to know I'm seeing this through.
Sammy thinks you have to get me. She says Wash Gibbs and baldknobbers.
Yeah, it's them.
Dad! Matt! Oh, you're not hurt, are you?
Back of my head is bruised, but I'm right. Fine over now.
That Wash Gibbs, he know better than that wildcat he does. Sammy, did you say there's a doctor up to Matthew's house?
Yes, Daddy, there is.
Alright, take Matt and the ship there. See to it they get attended to. I'll talk to Wash Gibbs.
Daddy, I don't want to see you get hurt.
I'll be more than prepared for that, girl. Promise. Just do what you do best. Be a lady, make sure everything's alright. Now, keep down.
And after this, you'll stop writing with him. Stop associating with him at all.
Is that what you want, Sammy?
Yes, Daddy. He scares me.
Alright, I'll cut my ties with them tonight. Promise. Promise to protect for me?
Yes, sir.
Be careful.
Come on, Sammy.
Please be careful. I love you.
Careful. Gotta be careful. Sammy. go take care of Sammy. Shall not win, will not fight. And should I die, good God above, look after my sweet girl with your love. Oh, death, oh, death. Face to face we will be, if I go take me to eternity.
What was that? Aha! That's what that was.
I ain't never been to ever kid. Hush up, all of you. That was no harm. I reckon that word nothing more than a trick.
Even if it were, Jim Langelo, we done. You ain't gonna be happy.
Wasn't too much happy about us robbing the brands in bank, neither. But we done that. I reckon it's gotta take care of you. It's been too much allied with the law. Got no use for anymore. Eli, you take your place in that trigger. But I give the signal we're gonna have a new hell of a ball now.
You sure, Wash? Maybe we should wait a minute. Maybe the whiskey's getting...
Whiskey! I'll show you whiskey! Get to that joint! Jim, good pal. I ain't seen you in 9 blue moon.
And for good reason. I got something to say to you, Wash Gibbs, and all the rest of you. Most of you here follow the old organization. Me and Mr. Jones, we know how it started. We started it. Wash Gibbs last thing to join. We only took Mom and Daddy was killed by the governor's future boy. Things were wild then. They ain't no more. Something changed. We started to protect our own habits instead of protecting our families. No one would say anything out of fear of being marked a traitor. I ain't saying I'm any better. Still my share of bad, but try to be a good daddy for my little girl. Her mom died. Did the best I knew. Even then, I was loyal. Never missed a beat. That's true, Jim. Ain't never missed a beat. I voted against going after old man Lewis. You went against me. And you went when I didn't know much for the shepherd. First big things, I didn't even know you done it until you gave me stuff to keep. But I took it, kept it because of the oath. But I want no more part of this. So I'm giving people the sort of choice. Stay with me or Wash Gibbs. Whichever side you choose, I'm standing for decent vote. It's for you, Wash Gibbs. If I ever see you get after tonight, if you ever set foot in my place, I'll kill you. Measly how you are.
Well, Jim, it's nice to know where you stood. Eli!
Reckon this really lit up where the shooting was. Jim Lane died for speaking against him. He's against him, I tell you.
We believe you, Matt.
Jim, fine Wash.
Matt, it's Sammy.
No, Sammy. Sammy.
Seems she's just passed out. Here, lay her down over here. What would Sarah and the girls say?
Daddy! Dad! That was awful treatment. Where am I? Dad?
a dream. Was it? What happened?
Will you be brave and strong if I tell you?
No! 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 Will lift my eyes unto the hills. That's our word now, isn't it? I can share it with you now.
I will lift my eyes to the hills. From there, my help comes. For these hills have ever called. All of you away, far away. Those great hills of
He has made these hills and rivers. He knows my every step, from the last one to
told Pete to get there?
He told me right now. He said he come. Of course, I come with him. Dad and the other man must go with me because he said so.
Someone needs this. We must go.
Someone else needs our help? How much happens here in this town? What would Sarah and the girls say?
Pete knows. Pete doesn't say. God Pete too. Come on, Dad. He says we have to hurry. He needs us.
Who needs us?
Nobody don't know nothing.
But Pete knows. Who does Pete say needs us?
Sometimes he says it must be God because he's so good. Dad says God is good that he takes care of folks. And he sure does that. Plus, that scared Wash Gibbs this crowd tonight. You see, Dad, when he is with him, I ain't a nobody no more. I'm just Pete then. And he is me.
What does Pete call him?
He calls him Father, like Dad calls God Father. And he talks to God too, like Dad does.
Oh. Could it be my boy, Howard?
Daniel! Hurry! The boy thinks he's dying. Come on, hurry! Daniel!
Mr. Matthews, you once told me a story. It was right here on this porch when I first came here. It was a sad story of a great crime. And now I know the other side of the story, and I'm here to tell you. It's a story of a great name. A name held by a man and his only son. And when they die, their name is gone forever. He had two children, a boy and a girl. For years, their mother was very sick. Daughter was not strong either. And 6 months after they laid the mother to rest, the little girl followed. So he lavished his son, the only family he had. Soon he grew to be a man. But unlike his father, he chose a different profession. He chose to be an artist. After he got his education, he returned to the Ozarks to paint for the summer. He brought with him many paintings, landscapes, portraits, and the people of the city loved him. The one painting that drew more praise than any other was that of a girl holding a cup, standing by a spring.
Why you? Matt, no. You can call his son for us.
Mr. Matthews, will you not hear me to the end for my sake?
Go on.
He loved your daughter, Mr. Matthews. The more he was praised, the more he suffered that she was not with him. Not even his father could pry him from his suffering, for he didn't tell him of his love. Then came the letter. The letter that said, by the time you read this, your son will be dead. And the artist thought it was better for him to think him dead than to know the truth. And he was right. So you see, Mr. Matthews, your prayer has been answered. Both father and son are dead. Their name has perished from the earth. So forgive, my boy. Forgive. For Christ's dear sake. Forgive. For my sake. I can bear it no more.
Who but he that looketh upon the heart of man could know the battle that was fought in the soul of that giant of the hills? Old Matt made no sound, stood as if made of stone, with clenched hands and passion-shaken frame, facing the clump of pines on the hill. When finally he spoke, it was not the harsh words that the shepherd had expected.
Dad, my brother, been to you. You have been to me. It sure is God's way, Daniel. Let's go see the boy.
Sir! No, you didn't.
Boy, my Maggie never loved anyone more. For the sake of the shepherd, for the sake of my Maggie's memory, I reckon I can forgive you.
I loved her, sir. I loved her so dear. We belonged to each other. And that love, I poured it into my pains. And they were good. So good. But the people they saw it too, they saw, but they couldn't see it. They didn't understand. But I knew what they meant, but they couldn't see it. Oh, how blind a man can be. Do you hear that? Do you hear her? It's my Maggie, she's calling me. Oh yes, my love, my sweetheart, I'm coming! I'm coming!
They buried the artist in the cave as he had directed, with no stone or mark of any sort fixed in place. The grave would never be disturbed. Our Sammy sent Ollie away, and he returned to the city with no promise of her following. Fall faded into winter, and Sammy, now in the care of Matthews, poured over her books from the shepherd. She soon drew young Matt to the lessons, and by that next fall, the two married, as we all were so sure they would. Weeks passed, and Pete rejoined the shepherd on the hills, while the sheep were grazing.
Where are you going, Dad?
Where am I going? What do you mean, where am I going?
Up there, in the White Hills. He knows.
Dad doesn't know when he's going, but he's ready anytime.
Pete says, better not wait long, because, well, Pete's going. Of course, when he goes, I gotta go on too. Do you reckon Dad could see Pete up there in the White Hills? Some folks used to laugh at Pete when we told him about the White Hills, tree things, flag things, mist things, moonlight things. But folks wasn't really to blame. They couldn't see him. But you don't never laugh. You all just say, well, Pete knows. But you couldn't see him. Couldn't see the tree things or the fly things neither. Only Father could see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that knew a boy named Pete. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I see everything, Dad. I sure can.
Pete! Sammy, Matt! Get the doctor!
Stop, Pete! Pete! Matt!
Pete knew a world unseen by us. So we fancied ourselves wiser than he. The wind in the pines, the rustle of the leaves, the murmur of the brook were all heard and understood by him. The flowers, the trees, the rocks, the hills were to him not lifeless things, but living friends that laughed and cried with him when he was happy or sad. And we build churches and temples. We don't worship in them. We hire spiritual advisors. We don't heed them. We buy Bibles. We don't read them. Knowing God, we do not fear him. Acknowledging Christ, we neither follow nor obey him. Only when we can no longer strive in the battle for earthly honors do we look to the unseen but more enduring things of life. And with ears deafened by the din of cruel violence and war, we have eyes blinded by the glare of passing pomp and folly. Then we try to see and hear the things which we so long refused to consider. Poor Pete, we said. Was he in truth poorer or richer than we? That girl right there. You take this letter to the post office. I know you're going there today.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
Oh, it's Sophia.
Yes.
Sorry. I know you and Pete were really good friends. I hope the flower things and the tree things and the mist things are dancing today, Pete. Just the way you'd like it.
They laid the boy beside his mother under the pines on the hills, and over his bed the wild vines lovingly wove a coverlet of softest green. All day the sunlight laid its wealth in bars of gold at his feet, and at night the moonlight things and the shadow things came out to play. They sang to remember their prince that served his forest and people so well. And that was the end of any excitement in the neighborhood for a long while. As I said, young Matt and Sammy married, just as we had all hoped. They moved into the Matthews place, and it wasn't long before their family grew. First, there was Daniel, then Maryann, then Rose and Abigail and Jim, Grant, and finally, the youngest one, who they called Pete.
Earthly soul.
This is Maryann Koretoff. We are the director and music director of NWA Lights Up, and I think our cast deserves one more round of applause. As you may have noticed, your tickets today were free. We would like to keep it that way. We are completely donation-based as far as our shows, as far as getting all of this on stage. So if you liked what you saw and you would like to help us do more shows, there is a donation box in the back in our little museum area where you can also read about all the things we've done in the past. There are some fun playbills back there. I think that's the end of the spiel. I did say that I would let them do something in halftime show that they actually didn't end up getting to do. So I'm going to let them do it now. Baldknobber's going to step forward. Come on, Baldknobber.
Join the baldknobbers. We are robbers. Bum-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
We have a little surprise for our directors. And
No, I did not. No.
yeah, neither of you were told about this. I'm sorry. And yeah,
How does it feel?
I always give her something at opening night and put her in the spotlight, so I guess we can. Yeah, okay, so let's bring this on here. So I just want to give a big thank you to our amazing directors. Like, these guys are awesome. Freaking out because we don't know our cues. They make sure that our props are in the right places. If we leave our props somewhere, they make sure we get it. And it is so amazing. You two are so wonderful, and it has been an amazing experience as a first-time actor in this theater to be able to get to know both of you. And I loved it so much. And I think I speak for the whole cast when I say thank you, and we love you guys so much.